And to my classmates, graduates of Western High School, I say congratulations. And I say, wow, what a year it has been for the class of 2021. 2-1, 21. Yeah, that is our graduation year. But 21 is also the number of times that I was called Cheng in the 1-week time frame before our school went online from COVID-19. And that type of ugliness was coming from everywhere and everyone. It is undoubtedly clear that the emergence of this global pandemic throughout the past year and a half has been pretty brutal. Not only on us high school students having to sit in front of a screen for 7 hours a day without any physical interaction, but for the teachers as well, watching a screen of initials and waiting for a single student to finally respond back to them, and for the staff, having to reorganize the entire structure of a school that has been around for years. As an East Asian female living in America, it has been an absolute nightmare. At the time of the first confirmed case of COVID in Broward County on March 8th, 2020, I was chased out of a Walgreens because they did not want, and I quote, China virus people in the store. And that was the first of countless racially profiled interactions that I have experienced in the past year and a half. Scrolling through social media every day, you can see yet another Asian grandparent being beaten in the streets and being blamed for the virus. Having to fear for not only my life, but the lives of my parents and peers, just on a single trip to the grocery store became our reality. And I know I am not alone in this experience. I know it is not only Asian Americans that share this sentiment, but my fellow people of color, my African American friends, my Native American friends, my Pacific Islander friends, my Hispanic and Latino friends, and all of those that have been subjected to racism and hate crimes in America. I am not here today to give a political speech. However, as the only person of color student standing before you today, I'm not going to just stand here and give a lofty speech about how great high school was and how amazing college will be for us. In order to praise the accomplishments of not only myself, but of every student here, we must first acknowledge the struggles that many of us have faced to get to this point. And not just academic struggles, but ones of personal and cultural identities. Struggles that have been deep-rooted within so many of us since we were kids, and struggles that have taken years of introspection to rediscover ourselves. Struggles that we have internalized, beating ourselves up over aspects of our identities that we have no control over, and hating parts of us that make us the person we are today. These fights are what has gotten us this far, to where we are here. So I applaud every single one of you. To my African American and Black peers who have constantly been diminished because of their race and have been substantialized to only their athletic abilities, who have to live in fear every time a siren sounds, I applaud you. To my Asian American peers who have been subjected to the model minority myth, who have been infantilized and fetishized because of pop culture and yet has faced a year of hatred because of this pandemic, I applaud you. To my Native American and Indigenous peers who had their lands and culture stripped from them and to this day still face the effects of colonialism and imperialism, I applaud you. To my Middle Eastern peers who have been facing struggle after struggle and are in constant fear of their families and friends being struck down by a militant government, who've had their land stolen and abused, I applaud you. To my Hispanic and Latino peers who have to constantly fight for inclusion and acceptance, and whose culture is often stolen and profited off of, who work so hard to learn a new language just to provide themselves educational opportunity, I applaud you. To anyone else that is part of a marginalized community or has faced discrimination of any kind, whether it be anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, sexism, racism, or any other discrimination, I applaud you for getting here today. And I congratulate all of you for pushing through these struggles and making this the strongest class of students ever. So to the class of 2021 graduates, I applaud you. Congratulations to you all and thank you.